shit, like bro, I'll be like, all right, I'm done. So I had that, and then like the nose stuff and the cough and shit, stuff
Yeah, that
nose,
shit.
cough and all that shit.
Yeah, it's been going around, bro. It's
Yeah,
been
it's
going
bad.
around. It's
Like
been going
mad
around.
people at my job is sick. Motherfuckers get the flu. I'm like, I ain't heard the flu in a minute. Like ever since COVID, like I ain't hear nobody
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
flu. Now that shit back around. I'm like, oh, let me put my mask back on.
The funny thing, if even if it is just a regular like flu, everyone just assumes it's like COVID related, right? Apparently, like
Right,
now people like typically forget like yo, there's a common cold out there. You know, there's other
right,
sicknesses.
right.
Everything's just
Hmm.
COVID now. You know, if you sick, you got COVID.
Yeah,
That's all it
got
is.
COVID. Yeah, that's why I didn't even take a COVID test at all or nothing. But I was like, I felt this before, so I know the difference. I guess at least between COVID and this. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be all right.
Luckily, yeah, I don't think I experienced it. You know what I mean? I don't think I got COVID, bro.
Oh, you
This
never
whole
like
time.
tested positive or anything for it?
Nah,
Oh
nah. But
shit.
I will say, before all of this shit started, I felt like I got sick crazy though. Before we had like a name
Mm-hmm.
for it, I felt like I got
Mm-hmm.
stupid sick, where I was getting the chills. Who knows? I could have had it back then, but at that point,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like who really knows?
Right. We ain't have a name for it and shit.
Yeah, who knows, yo.
Oh
We
man.
live, by the way.
Oh shit. Shout
We
out
a
to the
little late,
people.
guys. We a little late, guys. So
Apologies. Apologies.
work has been keeping your boys mad busy. I just want to shout out a few people real quick. Before the podcast even started, we got Strictly Gaming. He became a channel member, and King
Oh, shout
Kovu
out
as
to
well.
Strictly
So shout
Cole.
out, shout out to both of y'all. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Shout out to other people. You know the usuals. I see Ruffle Mutt. I see Retromatic, Rich Homie Sean, PS Rewind, Samurai Black, Video Game Lumber 58. You see, this is what I love, man. This is the usual suspects. You know, the usual people that be popping in. I appreciate y'all. You know, y'all are core. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all coming and checking the podcast
Definitely.
live and stuff, man. Remember, Good Gaming is now on Spotify. Right now, the episodes are not up to date, but they will be by tomorrow. All the episodes will be up to date, and they will go up not the same night as this films, but the later on in the day it will be up on Spotify. So if you can't catch the whole podcast here, be sure to listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Music and SoundCloud. It's on all the platforms.
We out there. Give us a spin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y Bandcraft, what's good? Captain Sidekick. Who else? Who else in the chat, bro?
Spencer Pauly. Shout out to my
Spencer
guy.
Paulin, Duran Stamps, Afro Soul. Appreciate everyone popping through. We got a quick little super chat. He says from Ruffle Mud. He says breaking news: Pokemon 1.1.0. Wait, what's it? 1.1.0 patch just
Yeah.
dropped. Yes. I
Oh
heard.
wow.
I heard.
Surprise. After
And I
them sales
hope
numbers came out, I was like, fuck that. Y'all fucked for that patch.
and I hope it actually addresses some of the issues. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The real issues going on with Pokemon. We're going to get into that during this podcast because I actually got a bone to pick with a Nintendo, man. I really do, bro.
Oh. Uh-oh.
But
Switch gang, man. Throw that shit in the dirt. That shit is over, man. Rest
yes,
in
sir.
peace.
But you know, let's go ahead and formally introduce the podcast of Good Gaming, episode 14. Once again, shout out to everyone tuning in live to the podcast. It's your boy Kofi, and I'm here with my co-host Jay Main. We're about
Yo,
to give
yo,
you
yo.
guys some great gaming conversations, you know what I mean? So, you know, pop in the game or watch us live and then just enjoy the show, all right? All right, Jay Main,
Yes,
where do we
sir.
start? Yeah, where do we start?
Whew, I don't know. Maybe we took a little week off. You know, I had to celebrate that Turkey Day.
That's
Even though
actually good.
I
That's
don't even
good.
fuck with the turkey like that. But you know what I'm saying? It was a nice week off though.
Yeah,
So
so how was your Thanksgiving, though? Like, you
oh,
enjoyed it?
cool. Like I had a great time. Spent it with the family. Good food. Like I did my usual. I went to like a couple houses. Started at my like sister's house, sister-in-law house, and then I went over to my cousin's house after that. So man, I was eating good. You know, good vibes, good people, and I just had a good time, man. I always
That's
love
good,
just
bro.
fuck the holiday itself. You know, just reason to get the family together and go
Yeah.
down memory lane, bump some music and stuff like that. I'm always down for that.
That's dope. We had our Thanksgiving like a month or two ago. The Canadians
Oh yeah, yeah,
Thanksgiving.
y'all do it in October, right?
Yeah, we had it a while ago. So you know what I noticed? This Black Friday was extremely quiet.
Yo, the quiet, like you could have
This might,
told me
yeah,
it never even happened, and I would have been
yeah.
like, yeah,
And
like yeah,
I'm somebody who, around this time I do be looking at like, game sales to see if I can, add to the physical game collection and stuff like that, right? I'm looking around, I'm like, where's the deals? There was literally no good deals, bro. And even if a game was slashing in price, like it's slashing price by like $15, $10. I'm like, yo, where's the deals, bro? This Black
yeah,
Friday was ass. If I'm keeping a buck, yeah, I didn't see no crazy deals that made me run out to buy nothing, And
yeah. I
like you
was
said, it
trying to
was so
figure
quiet.
out like what is like the it thing. Like usually there's something that's the it thing to get. Not even game talk, just like technology or for the kids or something like that. Like I don't know what was that thing that parents like went out there for this holiday season that they're going out there to buy for the kids. I don't know. It's just a weird holiday season. Like I know it just got started, but it's just weird overall. Like I don't know. I'm not really feeling the energy.
Yeah. And times are a little bit different. Inflation is a real thing. Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
So I think people are just, buckling down and just probably chilling, bro. Like I didn't even see people crash out for them. What are those TVs called at Walmart, yo?
Well,
What's
what
it
the
called? The
fuck
one with
is
the H. It
that?
starts with an H or some shit like
The
that,
high
isn't it?
sense, I think is
High
one of
sense.
them.
Yeah, people are even crashing out for those no more,
Yeah, the doorbuster thing, that's not really a thing no more. Cause
Yeah.
I used to, that's another thing. The day after, we used to always get videos on like Twitter or
Of people
Facebook
going crazy,
of people
right?
going crazy shopping and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing. Like I don't know if I missed it, but I didn't see nothing. I'm like, damn, it's
Yeah.
different now.
It's
But
different.
like when you buy shit online and you got deals all throughout the year and stuff like that, and then like you said with inflation, like maybe a lot of people is hurting this year, and they taking a little bit easy on the holidays. So I'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Have you been keeping up to with the World Cup?
Hell no. I mean, just what the U.S. is doing. That's pretty much it.
You
Um,
Americans. You
that's it,
Americans.
bro. I
You and
don't
your
watch
fake
none of that.
football, bro. You and your fake football. The real
That
football is happening right now, bro.
nah. I was There's some actually cool commercial. I like that football versus soccer commercial. That shit is that's pretty funny. But other than that, I ain't been watching it. Soccer low key boring though. We
Ah!
gotta keep it real. That shit,
Listen,
like, only time I watch it is around this time of year, and I couldn't even like get enough energy to even watch it then. That shit kind of boring to watch, bro.
you know what? You know what? I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take it deep for you, bro. I'm gonna put on the African
Hey, yo,
cap real
hold up,
quick.
pause.
Oh yeah. That sounded a little crazy. That sounded a little crazy. But take it in. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna dig deep in the sense of I think why a lot of you particular Americans don't be crazy for soccer is because y'all don't know where y'all be from and shit. That's why I think
Oh my
maybe.
god.
That's
Okay,
what I think.
you're taking it to the roots of like
Y'all,
of where we come from in the
y'all
motherland
have
and
to,
shit like
you have
that.
to, you have to cheer for fucking boring ass USA. Come on, bro. Like you know what I mean? Jamin,
Listen,
I need you specifically to dig deep into your inner African heritage and cheer for Ghana tomorrow. That's all I gotta say, bro. That's all I
no,
gotta say.
I could do that. I could do that. Listen, my brother did the African ancestry, so I know where I come from. So
Yes, sir.
I know who I'm really rooting for when it comes to, what I'm saying, the motherland and shit like that.
Yes,
That's why, but
sir.
that's the thing. Like I don't watch soccer or football, but like that shit, like that's probably why I can't get into who to even care to even root for. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
don't watch that shit, so
I'm,
it's
I'm gonna
hard
keep it
for me
up. I'm gonna keep it
to
a
like
buck
get
though.
in there.
For me and sports, like I stopped paying attention to sports, especially like the NBA and stuff like that, long time ago. I can't keep up with the games.
Right.
I feel like it's just balancing too much. As my life got crazy and crazy, I feel like it's hard to keep up with games, keep up with your hobby. You get work. Like it's just a little too
Yeah.
much. So when it comes to me, how I like enjoy sports today is pretty much straight up highlights. I watch a lot of clips of like First Take, like watching Stephen A. and like I'd be watching all of that stuff, seeing what's going on. So I'm usually up and like what's happening in the NBA and stuff like that. By watching those guys speak and watching highlights like that. And when it comes to like football, when it comes to football, you know what I mean,
Football.
the real football. I don't be like watching, the other leagues, the European leagues, African Cup. Like I don't be watching that stuff. But when the World Cup come around, and if Ghana's in it, I'm on that, bro. I be on that. And let me tell you something. Ghana, I don't know if you remember it back in South Africa 2010. If you ever heard like people talking about this, but Ghana played Uruguay, right? And it was the grimiest match. Let me tell you how the game was tied. I believe it was 1-1, right? I believe it went to extra time, right?
Yeah.
So Ghana was about to score, and there's a player on Uruguay, Luis Suarez. He literally used his hands and slapped the ball out the net, right? So
he wasn't a goalie, though.
He wasn't a goalie. He wasn't a goalie. He was a player, right? So we were about to score, and honestly, that would have been, I believe, we would have been the only African team to make it to the World Cup semifinals ever in history. I think as an African nation has only made it to the quarterfinals ever, like 4. African nations have only made it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. We were about to be the first in the semifinals of the World Cup. And this guy came and handballed the ball at the final clock, bro. So guess what happens? Obviously you're not allowed to do that. So the game goes to penalty shootouts, right? So our star player, Asamoah Gyan, he misses the fucking penalty shot, bro.
Jeez.
He misses the penalty shot. Bro, you could have told my whole family was heartbroken. All of Africa was heartbroken, bro. He misses it. Then, right? It went to penalty shootout. So pretty much whoever scores more penalty kicks wins.
Right.
We lost. We suck at taking penalties. We lost. Bro, but the root of the issue is if this guy never handballed, if he never handballed, we would have been over. It would have been game done. We wouldn't have went to. So all of that just to say is we have a real beef with Uruguay and Luis Suarez. So tomorrow's match, guess what? Tomorrow's match is Ghana versus Uruguay. Whoever wins. It's a rematch. This is literally 12 years in the making, my guy. 12 years in the making, right?
It's smoky. That's gonna be late.
It's mad static. Yo, look at all the clips of all the Africans, all the Ghanaians going crazy saying like, yo, this is revenge. This is straight up revenge, right? So what makes this match vital as well, J-Man, is pretty much it's an elimination knockout. You feel me? So whoever wins this proceeds into the 16 round or whatever the World Cup, right? Whoever loses this gets knocked out. So this is a very vital game, and on top of that, it's a grudge match. I believe it's at 10 Eastern.
10 a.m.
I'm parking my truck, getting my phone, sitting there watching the whole game, bro. All the deliveries gonna be late tomorrow, bro. I'm watching that game. And honestly, like I said, if Ghana win, I might get that score. It's tatted on my neck right here. That score right here, bro. You know what I mean? Real talk, bro. So that's what's happening, bro. So I'm gonna need anybody. I'm gonna need. I don't even care where you from, but I'm gonna need everybody to, put up the hands for that. That spirit ball energy for Ghana. The Black Stars tomorrow. Hopefully they win.
The ancestors tomorrow,
We need that. All my melanin brothers. I don't care where you from. Jamaica. You know what I mean? South Africa, Nigeria. I'm going to need all my brothers to cheer for Ghana so we can get this dub because we're going to make history, bro. We're going to make history.
We all from that motherland, man. So let's make it happen. Damn, you got me like... Yeah,
it's a grudge match.
I need to.
It's a serious grudge match.
I need to be with my brothers tomorrow and root. You know what I'm saying, for the motherland. Hell
yes,
yeah.
Yes, sir. What you been playing, man? What you been playing?
Other than of course finishing up God of War Ragnarok, I've been back on that Battlefield 2042 heavy. Yo, that new season with the new map, dog. Fire, dog. They done brought the real feel of Battlefield back with that map. Like it's such a great map for infantry. And so you know what I mean? Everybody gets to the center of the map and it's just gun on gun right there. And then if you want to fuck around with the vehicles and the aircrafts and stuff, that's really more for the outside flags. But when you get to that middle, dog, that shit is intense. The destruction is nice on that new map. It's just a well put together map plus the new features that they not new features, shit that should have been there. Pretty much, let me put it like this, sum it up. This is what the game should have launched like. Is what that's there right now. There's a good amount of specialists. They're coming out with the class system, so they're bringing the class system back that everybody been asking for. So to me, they're doing a pretty what they should have done from the beginning. Is what I'm gonna say. Let me not, you know what I mean? Let me not give them too much credit because this is how this shit should have been from the beginning. But I like it. So other than that, playing that, God of War, and then Callisto. I might hop on that Callisto tonight, but if not, I'm gonna play that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
how about you, though?
It's good to hear that they're fixing Battlefield, though. You know what I mean? But it's like you said, it's unfortunate for the simple fact that when the game comes out, it's obviously when it's most hype, all the players are jumping on, and it's missing a lot of features. So hopefully it does win back some ground. Do you think it's actually a possibility that it could, is the player base growing and stuff? I haven't checked like the Steam numbers and nothing on that time, but
the player base
is it starting to grow up?
It went up, but it's not it's not where
nothing crazy.
Like, it's not
or the old Battlefields were doing, right? It's not doing like what those numbers were doing. So
exactly. So it's doing better than what it was, but it's not anything like that's gonna make a dent. Like I think right now it's like 10,000 on Steam in game, and then the peak was 15,000. So that's like that's okay. That's okay.
As for me, it's cleaned up God of War. I think I cleaned it up from the last podcast. I think I did.
Oh, you got the platinum?
No, I'm still working on that. So I decided to all the soccer talk got me on FIFA 2023. So I had to install that and play that, and I've been having a good time on that, messing around. Besides,
do they drop new content for the World Cup?
Yeah. They have like a little section for the World Cup, I believe. I haven't really dived into it too much. I've been just playing like online friendlies with people in the Discord and just randoms online, just trying to get back. Because I actually used to play FIFA heavy. Like, you check my gamer tag and stuff like that. I have like a lot of FIFA history since like 2006 to like 2012, and I kind of fell off after my brothers, the family, my high school friends kind of moved on and stuff like that. I kind of moved on too because I had no one really to play with. But it's been nice to hop back on FIFA. I've been having a good time with that. I've been also replaying The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, really?
Yes, on my Jack Move account. I've been replaying that. I've been replaying that, and a lot of people said I was bugging, thinking that God of War Ragnarok was better, and I'm what 4 or 5 hours into The Last of Us Part 2 again. This is my second time playing the game, and I think I still stand by it, bro. Ragnarok is still better, bro, so far. But what I will say, J-Main, attention to detail is still nutty on that game. I think that's where Naughty Dog got it, bro. That attention to detail is kind of out of this world. I kind of had to remind myself, like, they're going crazy with that. They're going crazy with that. But yeah,
shit, I playing, bro. Low key, like I went back after I beat Ragnarok, and I'm like watching all the old God of War games, like all the boss fights and shit, throughout the old ones. And that is something that's still like severely missing from the new ones, is just the blood and gore. Like I was giving it praise like for being better than 2018, but in comparison to the old ones, bro, that shit's like not even close. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like you should see like blood and guts and shit, like spilling out the enemies and shit when they cut them open and pulling eyes out. And like you can see like the attachments from the inside of the body. I'm like, sheesh, they toned that shit way back.
They took it to a different direction. I think that's just ultimately what it is. That they just moved the franchise somewhere else. Like where Kratos used to be this character, just straight badass. You even fucking bitches in the other games and all sorts of wild shit, right? You're doing wild shit in the other game, right? So I think they just kind of shifted direction to to show the growth of the character, and it's where it's at. Like. I guess it's a change that some might miss, like the old school kind of God of War, where the dude's just angry and wants to kill all the gods, versus now his main focus is kind of like making sure his son grows up to, like to be someone respectable and proper and stuff.
Get that? But like, I just feel like he's still doing like badass executions. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand like him tonally changing as a character, but like just like he's still out here cutting bodies in half and shit. He's still breaking necks and snapping shit off. So
he doesn't go overboard though. He don't go overboard though.
But
besides the werewolf kill, the werewolf kill is nasty.
Oh wait, when you pull like the mouth shit.
That's only nasty. Like that's like the only old school kind of God of War execution. That's like that's like nasty, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that part was nasty. Well, I'm hoping that most of you guys watching right now have completed God of War Ragnarok. We did tell you this was gonna be the episode where the gloves are off. We talking about everything. We're not keeping anything under wraps anymore to protect anyone. So once again, I'm gonna warn anybody in the chat. Pause this part or skip this. We're about to talk about God of War spoilers through and through and give our final, thoughts on it so we can move on with the franchise. If you haven't beat this game, pause the podcast, come back and watch it later, because I will add a timestamp to this. Don't worry, I'm gonna personally do the timestamps for this myself, so you don't have to get spoiled. So we're gonna talk about God of War spoilers right now, and we're getting into it, bro. We're giving y'all enough time. So come back in about 30 minutes or pause, or if you want to still watch the remainder of the podcast, look, when the God of War display is gone from the featured footage, that means we're done talking about God of War Ragnarok. All right, so then you can unmute it and listen to the rest of the pod. But J-Main, you have completed God of War.
Yes, Ragnarok. Completed that motherfucker. Woo!
Where does it stand for your game of the year, and where would you rank it among all the previous God Awards? I want to hear that first.
Okay, so yes, I did end up beating God of War Ragnarok. This past, I think it was Sunday, I ended up completing it. But ended up with like 55 hours total. I finished actually a lot of the side content. So like when it comes to like cleaning it up, I don't have much to do. Even though I was looking at some YouTube videos, there's some secret bosses that I didn't even know like you had items to access now that I beat it and shit. So, but in terms of the game of the year, I'll start there. This is easily my game of the year over Horizon Forbidden West. I still have to finish up Elden Ring. I'm back playing that. So, I do have to finish playing Elden Ring, but right now, God of War Ragnarok, it's my game of the year. I think it surpasses Horizon in almost every aspect, but some of the major aspects, I think it does a much better job than Horizon in terms of like characters, story, gameplay. I love the Horizon gameplay. I know a lot of people shit on the Horizon gameplay for being like boring, but I love the Horizon gameplay. I think the gameplay in this game, I liked much better. And so yeah, I will put this as my game of the year right now. Giving Horizon probably the edge in like visuals and stuff like that. Now in terms of the franchise, it's still like I spent some time thinking about it. It's still like it's like neck and neck for me for 3 and this. I got it better than 2018. I got it better than 2. Yeah, it's still like because 3, it's like something about them boss fights, man, that I just can't. The scale of the boss fights is something that they did do a better job in 2018, but they didn't go far enough, in my opinion. Especially with the final boss fight when you fight Odin. I was disappointed in that boss fight a lot because I thought they could have took that shit so much further. Like you're in Asgard, you have Ragnarok, causing havoc throughout Asgard. Like they could have did some wild shit where they implemented Ragnarok into the boss fight with you and Odin, since that's who he's there to kill in turn and as well as destroy Asgard. So I thought that would have been a much better way to go. Yeah, just like the scale overall, like I think they did a much better job in 2018. Like it's not even close, but they didn't take it to the level that I wish that they did. Yeah. So I'm gonna still keep 3. It's so close.
Story wise, which one would you say better, 3 or this one? At least narrative wise, because gameplay wise, I could see why, and I kind of agree with you to a certain extent, because that was just a moment of time where like you have to understand, bro. Like even the way that God of War 2 ended, it ended on a crazy cliffhanger, right? Now you're with the Titans climbing Mount Olympus and stuff like that, and literally they didn't even like make you kill some of the gods in God of War 2 or anything. There's literally everybody: Poseidon, Helios,
Mm-hmm.
Hades. They literally put
Yep.
all the biggest names, right? In
Hermes,
one in
Hermes.
yeah, in one game for you to kill all of them and destroy everything. So yeah, I can understand that level of hype being being missed in
Mm-hmm.
this game. But I do, for this new direction that where they're taking this franchise, I do believe that this one is definitely way superior than 2018, and I really love what they did with the story. By the time you got to the end of the game and
Yeah.
seen how it wrapped up, what was your thoughts of the ending of the game? You see, I think I came last podcast. I told you that ending was kind of beautiful
Yeah.
to me. Did you
Yeah, it
feel the same
was.
way? I
It
felt like it was a
was. It
beautiful
was.
ending, bro.
It was. Like, um the whole prophecy aspect of the game, where pretty much the premise of it, you end the first game with them seeing the fate of Kratos on the prophecy, the wall and shit like that, of him dying, and everything is like you're like waiting for it to happen. Like it's leading up to it. The war is coming. The Ragnarok, as much as they're trying to avoid it throughout the whole damn game, they're literally doing everything
Yeah.
possible that everything is saying is going to happen for Ragnarok to happen, which ultimately leads to the death of Kratos. And when you get to that end of the game and you see that he starts to realize that in order to, change or, like make the outcome of what's going to happen different, he literally has to change himself. And that's why when he went to visit the Norns and they're telling him like this is going to be the outcome,
That
like
part was
he's not
crazy.
understanding, like as much as he tries to avoid it, it's not going to be avoidable unless you change yourself. And he had to like ultimately come to that decision at the end where he had to dream with Faye, and
Yeah.
she's telling him, open your heart and you'll find a reason to live within this world. And this whole time he's been telling Atreus, close your heart to things. When somebody close to him dies, close your heart to it. You
Yeah.
gotta, get over it, move on, and do. But they get to the end, and the Midgardians, when they're in Asgard, he's like, Atreus is like, this ain't right. Like they're here to like slow us down, and they're gonna be like killed for it. And Kratos is like, nah, you know what? You're right. You have to open your heart. And that's what ultimately changed their fate, because he then allows him to open his heart, and he's fighting Thor, and he doesn't kill Thor because of that reason. It's because he's like, all right, this is not the way. This is not the way to do it. Figure out, why they're fighting, and then let's try and be different. Let's try and change it up and do better for the kids and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was beautiful. And then you ultimately see like he changed his fate. Like he was the chosen one. He's becoming a revered person, not somebody that's known as a destroyer, but somebody that's about
Could be
like peace and
praised.
shit,
Yeah.
and yeah, and bring people together and stuff like that. I thought that was a beautiful transition for Kratos and like evolution in his character.
And I feel like also the underlying story, I think you actually summarized pretty much that perfectly, but I felt like there was like another story being told or
Hmm.
another dynamic that was happening throughout the entire game, that it was a big story about trust. You know, like how God of War 2018 always had this kind of like, oh, father son kind of like this parent kind of undertone type of a message going on. I felt like that was
Yeah.
heavily present in this game, where Kratos is literally trying to it seems like he was trying to keep Atreus close, protect him, shield him from shit, but he
Yeah.
finally had to let go of that and trust him to be his own, kind of
Hmm.
person, his own warrior and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So seeing even that ending where Atreus decides to go look for the rest of the giants with Angrboda,
Yes. Yeah.
and him just kind of like letting them go, right? It was kind of beautiful to see. It's like a parent seeing his kid grow up and being
Hmm.
finally gaining his own kind of sort of independence and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I felt like that was like a little like undertone message throughout the entire game, because it's about Atreus don't trust. So it's all talking about trust. When you're always talking
Hmm.
about each other, why don't you trust me? This trust that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I felt like
Hmm.
by the end of the game, Kratos gave Atreus that respect, that trust that parents have to give their children eventually as they become their own man, or person, their own individual. So I
Right.
felt like that shit was beautiful. Like I said, towards the end, how that shit wrapped up, I got a little. I didn't cry, but my eyes were starting to feel a little heavy. You know what I mean? I was starting to feel a little
Yo,
heavy.
seeing Kratos that like emotional was
Was
kind of
tough.
crazy. That shit
Yeah,
was kind of crazy. I'm like, damn, look at my boy. Like, look at, and I was
I like
just
it.
like
Yeah,
watching shit about like the previous games, like how much people used to like, rag on him for, the decisions he made in his past, call him a destroyer, tell him
yeah,
everything that he comes across,
yeah. His
something's
past is
bad's gonna
crazy.
happen. It's nuts. It is nuts, yo. And then like the whole Helheim shit too. When you I love that part of the game too. Like when you fight the wolf Garm, that part was fucking amazing. You know what part I'm talking about where you put the fucking soul of Fenrir into the
Yeah,
wolf
yeah,
with the
yeah,
knife.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
part was amazing because it literally comes off the him coming Atreus finally coming back after his series of shit in Asgard after he
Yeah.
fucked it all up and let the wolf free and shit like that and you have to go back to Helheim with him and Kratos to like fix the shit that Atreus
Yeah,
messed up and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I thought that
I,
was
I
beautiful.
think, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just so many like messages in this. I think they actually
Hmm.
they crafted this well. Like you said, at the end of the day, you see your parent come and help you when you
Yeah.
make a mistake, type of situation. And I think I pointed this out in my review that I made as well. That I what made me feel like, yo, this game is something special too, is when he was with Freya, when Freya still had static with him, and
Yeah.
she went to go and pretty much they had a conversation throughout the whole mission, and him just kind
Mhm.
of discussing about all the shit that he's been through. Demos
Mhm.
got a name drop in the game, which I thought was
Yep.
pretty cool. So if you're a fan of like the entire franchise, Demos
Hmm.
got a name drop on that. Kratos explained that he had a brother as well, and how the relationship kind of was fucked up and shit like that. And he just discussed that. Freya was like, "Yo, how do you know how it was to lose a child?" But
Right.
Kratos has lost a child
He
before too.
lost, yeah,
Let's not
child, wife
forget.
twice.
And
He
his
lost
wife,
the
yeah,
wife
and he
twice.
killed him. And he killed
He
him. He
killed
killed
them.
him. He's the one who killed him, bro.
He
So
bodied them.
I
Yeah.
thought just him, like, that whole like dialogue and that the whole like when they're just like having that whole conversation, I just thought that was like, wow, this character has grown so much.
Hmm.
And like you said, by the end of the game, I'm like, yeah, I like, some people might like this, not like this new Kratos, but I like it. I like it. I
No,
like
I
this.
do.
I
I
like
do.
this kind of character arc, bro. Instead of him kind of,
Hmm.
they evolved the character in a much dope way, and he's still a badass. He's still cool, and he still has all of that shit, bro. I
Hmm.
like it, bro. And hey, man, if you want to go experience that old school kind of God of War style, then, hey, just go play the old games, bro. It is what it is. Those games still hold up today. That's a
They
funny
do.
thing. Those games are still great today because just once again, games designed back then, they were kind of made to be replayed multiple times. You could tell that game was designed to have multiple run throughs and stuff like that. God of War 3 is still extremely playable and extremely fun today. Really, really fun today. So I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy with God of War Ragnarok. So I
No,
think we
it's
could
definitely
close.
it's up
Yeah.
there. It's up there with my favorite in the franchise.
Yeah.
Maybe over time it'll be number one, but I think I'm still just a little bit salty about some of them boss fights.
But the boss fights was a lot better than 2018 for sure, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's like way more. You ain't fighting fucking eight trolls as the main bosses in the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the main bosses in the game, I thought were really good, and then there's so many side bosses. Like
Yeah.
they turned that shit up another level with the side bosses. So I'm not mad at what they did, and I know it's like a different game. So
Hmm.
like maybe the scale, couldn't be there for all of them. I just thought the Odin one
Yeah.
could have been
A
better.
little bit,
Could have
a
been
little
better.
bit, a little bit crazier.
Hmm.
I definitely do agree with. I do miss like those kind of like Gaia. I believe the Titan's name is Kronos.
Yeah,
As well.
Kronos.
Like
Yep.
I do kind of miss those large scale kind of like, yo, you're this
Mhm.
tiny thing on the screen and these big ass bosses. We do have a few moments of that, like you're saying, fighting the dog in Helheim.
Oh yeah, Garm.
And we have
Yep.
we get some moments like that, but I do miss those huge scales that they used to have in the old God of Wars and stuff like that. But I think we
Yeah.
could close the chapter of this book, man. God of War Ragnarok, fantastic game, man. Oh my
Yes.
God, bro. Oh, Captain Psychic just reminded me that I gotta
Oh
say this too.
shit. Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Shout out to
Yes.
Captain
I
Static.
felt
And I know
fucking
there's some.
bad.
I know there's other super chat donations which I will read from Ruffle Mutt as well. But we're gonna do Captain Sidekick right now since it's relevant. That Sindri and Brooke arc is amazing. I
It
love the
is.
way
It
they
is. It is.
utilize all the characters in this game. All of them. That
Good
was
point.
it. Was brilliant.
Yeah, good
The
point.
involvement with the side characters was extremely well done. Freya, Sindri, Brock.
Yep.
There's even moments where you literally have them as your support character, where Atreus would be, and I thought that was like super dope. And each character has like story arcs too, like proper good story arcs in the game. And Brooke and Sindri's was wild, bro. That was a wild story
Yeah.
arc, and I
That
felt
was
so bad for that for the character, bro.
Yeah, when
For
he called
Sindri, bro.
when he got clapped, and it's just it was sad though because Brock had already died. Like you learned that in the game. Like
So that's why he be
Brock,
blue. That's why he be blue and shit, right? Maybe that's
He-
why, right?
I don't know.
Because I was
didn't
not
even
why
thought about that.
But yeah, have you noticed like why is he like out of all the dwarfs, right? Or
He's the
that's
only
what they
one
call
blue.
it. He's the only one blue. So maybe that has something to do with him not having his full soul or whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he lost. Yeah, because he only has three pieces of his soul, and he has 3 pieces of his soul.
Something
He's
like that,
missing
yeah.
one. He's missing one. He wasn't able to get all of them back. So the fact that he actually does die in this one, and Sentry was fucking pissed off when
that shit
when
was,
it comes
the arc was
to
crazy,
like Atreus. Oh, somebody said he turned blue from handling minerals.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Never mind. I must have missed that part. It must have been in the first game or something.
Yeah, I
don't
think it
remember.
was. I think it
I don't
was.
remember that part. I'm like, yo, why you look different?
How do you feel about like the Atreus sections in the game, like playing as Atreus?
Say that again.
How do you feel about the Atreus sections in the game, like playing as him?
There's moments of it that were super dope. You already know how the moment that I felt that was kind of overstayed its welcome when when you go meet up Agrabota for the first time and you're walking through the little ponds forever, picking up trees, then get a little bit of combat section, and you're walking through some more ponds. See, that section I wasn't really the biggest fan of in general. Not that like it wasn't needed or nothing like that, but I felt like it overstayed its welcome. It just went on a little too long, in my personal opinion. That's just. I know you said this is one of your favorite parts of the game.
Yeah, I love it. I really love that part because like I was worried about how they're gonna like introduce all these new characters in this game and also wrap up the story. And I felt like they did a good like her importance of the story is like huge because of course he's Loki and she is the one that was able to tell him about like the prophecies and shit, teach him about where the giants are and the marbles and stuff like that and what his job is in the future. To do what in terms of the giants and shit like that. So, and I thought they did a decent job. Like it wasn't all like the slow part where you riding on the back of that damn animal, but then they take you to spots where you do get to play the combat. I thought his combat was fire. Like it's such a switch of like
change of pace. It's fast
between him and Kratos.
bow
He's
and arrow,
fast.
yeah.
He's agile. He's twirling around and shit, twirling around, and you got like the magic and shit like that to go with it. Like I liked his combat, and then her combat too. Her assistive combat, where it's like colorful,
Very
and
colorful.
shit like that.
Very colorful.
Yeah, it's like I'm almost expecting them to make an Atreus game, and
I think so. I think that's pretty much
we're
set
gonna
in
play as
stone.
him.
I'm glad that Naughty Dog loves Kratos. I mean, Santa Monica loves Kratos and didn't disrespect my boy. You know what I mean? So I guess he will be back in the future. I like how they left the door open for possibilities to happen. I think that's just the best way you can end things. And
Yeah,
we know it's a possible that we can get another game. Maybe Atreus might be the main focus, but Kratos might pop in the section in the middle of the game or some shit like that. That always could be the case. But there's so much places to go. Okay, one last question before we get off this and we talk about something else, because I know people are probably got a word out right at this point. But
so much to talk about with this game, though.
yeah, I know. So my last question is, do you think that what's it called? Now I kind of lost it. Fuck. What was I gonna say? It was about Atreus. Oh man, I lost it.
Atreus. I'm trying to think.
What was I gonna say, bro? What was I gonna say? I already lost it, bro. Oh man, that's your brother getting old, bro. Holy, I'm tired of the tip of my breath. Holy, that's not good, bro. That's not good. But what was I gonna say?
Well,
Fuck.
while you try and remember, hopefully I can help. I am thankful that they did clap Odin. Shout out to Sindri. They was fucking passing around the marble, talking about, well, I don't need to do it. I don't need this to fulfill my destiny and my journey. And Sindri was just like, give me that shit, and slammed the marble for Odin. Um, what else? Mjolnir. We didn't get a chance to use the hammer
Oh,
in
that
this
was a good
game.
one. That's a good point too. That
Yeah,
that was
I
a
was
prediction
disappointed
that
in that.
everybody thought was wrong. We all thought we're gonna kill Thor and get
And
access
use the
to the
hammer.
weapon, but we don't get the weapon the entire game. That's crazy.
But they see,
Fuck, I forget
I'm
that was
mad
crazy.
about that, but I'm not too upset because I like Thor's character in this game. Like his whole
No, they did him well.
story.
They did him well.
They did a great job with Thor, and then using him when you playing as Atreus and shit like that was fire. Like, and so like you wouldn't have got that experience if we had killed him like earlier in the game and then got to use.
Okay, I remember. I remember.
Okay,
Light bulb. All right, so if we do get another God of War game,
yes.
do you think it's with another it's another what do you call these?
mythology?
Yeah, another mythology. You think it's something different?
Yeah, I do.
You think the Norse shit is kind of done? Do you think that like Loki probably or Kratos has to go to like Egypt or something next and fight like dumbass or something like that? What do you?
Yeah.
You think that's gonna be a case?
I hope it would be Egypt, but I do think it would be a different mythology, especially with Loki being the god of like mischiefness, mischief. I think it's god of mischief.
Yeah.
I feel like if they are making a game about
Pantheon.
him,
That's the right word. Thank you. Pantheon.
Pantheon?
I
Okay.
think that's the best. Yeah, that's the right word.
yeah. So what like Loki being the god of mischief, like I feel like he's gonna get into some shit if they do a game for him. He's gonna get into some shit where he might end up in a different like pantheon or some shit like that, and it's gonna call for another God of War game because he fucked some shit up. Because that's they played with that a lot in this game where like everything it was of course Norse mythology, but like the way things happen, it wasn't like one-to-one to how it's written and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they played around with it.
Because it seems like at this point you kind of expelled all the content out of Norse mythology, right? Like we already got to see Thor, we got to see Odin, so you got to go somewhere else at this point, right? Kind of exhausted everything.
Yeah.
All right, last question before we move on. Last one.
Yeah.
How long do we have to wait before we see another God of War? What's your prediction?
Like a mainline game?
A mainline God of War.
I don't want to see another God of War till like
I kind of agree with you.
I'm good until like PS6, like towards the end of PS6 even. Like I'm good. I'm good on God of War for a while. I'm straight.
I
Like
kinda
when I want it to come back, I want it to be like
some
different. Yep.
Yeah.
So give it some time. Hell no, like I don't want to see another God of War like till at least PS6. At least PS6.
I'm kind of with you on that, bro. I think that's
Atreus
how,
game, I would say like maybe 3 or 4 years. We can get that, but
I think I totally agree with you because I think this is how you keep a franchise like lit. You don't overdo it. You know what I mean? You drop some bombs, you fall back for a while, then you come back and you show that you kind of reinvented yourself a little bit and some new stuff, a new style, new gameplay. You know what I mean? I think that's how you do it. So hopefully, like you said, I could see a spin-off game happening with Loki, maybe 3 years, 4 years, maybe. That could be a thing. But the next like main line God of War, I think you're right. We should wait till like PS6 where they're gonna do some next shit, new technologies, and that'll give enough people a break to really miss the franchise as well. So when it comes back, it hits hard. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because too many times this shit felt like a PS4 game to me, dog. I was like, I need this shit. I know it's PS5 now, but I need something different.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Nintendo and Pokemon.
Shout out to the boys.
Break down the numbers for us, bro, because we did get some numbers on the sales of Pokemon Violet
Did we?
and Scarlet. So
They
break down the
shitted
numbers.
They shitted on everybody with these sales numbers. They was like, yeah, what y'all got going over there? That's cute. So yeah, Nintendo announced that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was Nintendo's biggest launch ever. With 10 million sales combined. I didn't stutter. That's 10 million sales combined
That's
in the
crazy.
first 72 hours following their worldwide release on November 18th of 2022. It is said to be the highest global sales level for any software on any Nintendo platform within the first 3 days. I want to say it might be the highest, like, so fastest selling game ever, but I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we might have to check in with Rockstar on
Yeah,
that one, right?
I'm
We might,
gonna have to do some more
or
research on that one.
Call of Duty. We might have to check on one of those two franchises first.
Oh no,
Um,
it's the highest selling console exclusive, fastest selling console
Console
exclusive
exclusive ever.
ever. That's what it is. Yeah, I knew I read it was something the fastest ever, and it's that console exclusive.
They have to come and dunk on God of War for selling 5 million.
That's fucked up. Everybody's like, yo, gotta work at 5 million, 5 days. Oh, that's man good.
They have to come
Which
and
it
dunk
is
on
good.
it.
It's not bad, but
It's not
Nintendo's
bad,
like, yo,
definitely.
10 million in 3 days. Yeah. Yeah, and our shit is fucked up. And our shit is Brokemon. Like, and our
That's
shit is broke.
I like that one. I like that one, Brokemon, bro. Bro,
Gotta
I
patch them
have
all.
I have static with Nintendo, J-Man, bro.
Oh, let us hear it, man. Speak your truth.
Nintendo used to mean something. The brand, the seal of approval, the Nintendo seal of
Yes.
approval used to mean something.
That shit used to be on the box, the gold seal.
I think it might still be on the box, but the difference is now they just frauding. You know what I mean? Now they just lying. Why y'all approve this? I did not buy Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. And after looking at all the footage I've seen on the timeline, I'm glad I didn't support this. I know this game is still a massive success, but I ain't putting my money on this. J-Main,
You speaking with your wallet?
did you see the bugs and glitches in Pokemon Scarlet, bro?
I did.
Have you seen it?
The frame rate was enough for me. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Like, how, Sway? How?
When has this become it? How has this become a norm for a Nintendo first party game? I remember back in my day, let me not sound like an old man, but back in my day, Nintendo games, yes, they might have not had the best resolution. They were never on that type of time. But performance, J-Man, that was never an issue.
Right.
That was never an issue for Nintendo, bro. You know what I mean? But now we have Mario games running under 60, running under 30. We got Pokemon games running at 20, under that. Mad glitches. When did this become Nintendo's level of quality? That's my question, bro. What's going on here, bro? Are they making too much money that they just know that, these guys are suckers and they're going to buy it anyways? Because I'm starting to just think
Yep.
that just might be the case.
Hell yeah, they're making too much fucking money off these games. First of all, the shits don't even probably cost that much to develop in the grand scheme of things. Of course, it's still gonna cost millions of dollars, but compared to like the AAA games we getting or shit like that, it's not even nowhere near that. And they're still making more money off of these games than they are on the AAA games. And they putting these Pokemon games out damn near yearly. So they continuously breaking records. And what the fuck is the excuse? This game should run flawlessly. Like, this game literally should run flawless. There should be, even if it's, I see shout out to Nev in the chat. Even if it is, oh, that's all we're seeing on social media, and that's not the way it is when when you're really playing it. Why is that even a thing? There's certain games that come out that you don't hear about the performance being a bad thing. And they don't sell nearly as much as Pokemon does, or make nearly as much as a franchise like this makes. That should never even be a conversation, period, on the timeline about this game. So the fact that it is lets me know that where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm sure the whole game ain't like that, but the fact that it's even a conversation is terrible. It's terrible. Not even there's no excuse for that. No excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if this is a Game Freak issue where they just can't, meet the deadlines to put out like a proper working game from head to toe. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people you know what I will say too? Pokemon fans and Nintendo fans might be the worst out of all the bunch, bro. Low key. I'm on the timeline. Somebody posted, I don't know if you've seen this. Somebody posted Pokemon Scarlet and Violet running at 60 frames per second.
Right? Oh, yeah, the PC
on
mod,
PC,
right?
On PC mod, on an emulation. J-Man, when I tell you that thread was the nastiest shit I've ever seen. It was nasty. We got Nintendo fans saying it looks weird in 60. It should be played at 40 frames per second. They were saying some of the crazy shit. I'm like, this is why we don't get nothing nice, bro. The type of defense that these guys go on is nutty. How can things get better when you're damage controlling this much, J-Man, bro?
Oh, were they damage controlling under that?
Mad damage controlling under that, bro.
Saying it don't need 60 FPS?
They don't need it. Then there was another thread of people doing voice acting for the Pokemon game.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I commented on that one.
And people, Pokemon fans, you know what? They got a complaint. What if I could find this tweet? A guy said that, what do you know what it would take for Pokemon to have a fully voice acted game? It would take, the development would be even longer. It would take much more time. So you're trying to tell me that y'all just you don't want something that is actually a quality product? Like, what's wrong with you guys?
That's
like
the
he was
whole
giving
point.
That's the point, yo. He was giving excuses why it's gonna take longer for it to come out. There's gonna be more demanding. There's gonna so a better Pokemon game, pretty much, right? And man didn't even want that, bro. I'm in there shaking my head. I'm like, yo, these guys can't be helped. These guys can't be helped no more, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We have to just let them rolling around in the mud, bro. It is.
Yeah, I was going back and forth with somebody about that whole situation about the voice acting. And dude was like, yeah, this game, Pokemon games don't need voice acting. And then we get to talking, and later down the line, he goes, yeah, and that's why I say I don't need voice acting, because I always skip the dialogue anyway. Who gives a fuck about the story? I was like, bruh, so you wouldn't want them to actually try to make some dialogue that's voice acted, that they care about, that is presentable, that you can like get behind? Like maybe that'll be a nice change and evolution in the game for y'all. Like, I don't understand like why people see that as a bad thing. Sure, development might take a little bit longer, but they got the money for it.
Let me tell you something about Nintendo fans. First of all, this is just a plain simple fact, right? This is a plain simple fact, and nobody could disagree with this. I don't even care, bro. Nintendo fans, when you criticize Nintendo for shit, right, that they're currently not doing, they got their pitchforks. They ready to defend, attack all criticism at all cost. When Nintendo actually implements one of these features themselves, it's the best thing on this green earth. They're geniuses. They praise. That's how they are, bro. That's exactly how they are, bro. Like, they will go to bat for Nintendo to defend the shit that they're not good at, they're bad at. But as soon as Nintendo improves on something that, you know, people have been criticizing for a long time, then they act like, yo, we wanted this type of shit all along, or good job, Nintendo, and start cheering on. I'm like, bro, when people are complaining about this stuff, you were attacking us. You were telling us like we don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't get, bro. That's what I don't get from Nintendo Pokemon fans. They need to be asking for better, bro. But the thing is, like, yo, like you said, this shit sold 10 million in 3 days, bro. Bro, this is what we getting, bro. At this point, this is what we getting, bro.
Crazy, yo.
I ain't indulging in this, bro. I've been buying majority of the Pokemon games. This one, I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying this shit, bro. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yo, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
that's and you know, I mean, we mentioned it a little bit earlier about the God of War sales, but like this is why Nintendo doesn't have to do things like put their games on PC, because they selling this much like this,
In
man.
3 days.
In 3 days, and then and like just look at the compare and contrast. Like God of War, a AAA game, probably costs hundreds of millions of dollars to make. They're voice acting. They doing mocap in the studio. Fucking long hours with development. You got these fucking powerful engines that's running the game, and they sell 5 million in 5 days, which is not terrible. But you compare that to Nintendo, it's like it is no comparison. Another level,
bro.
man.
Yeah. All right, so we do got a super chat donation. I think we got 2 from Rufflemutt. He says, when it comes to the Nintendo drama, no clue who to believe, and I don't really care anymore. No wonder Sakurai rarely associates with the Smash tourney. So I don't know if you've been hearing what's going on. Apparently, there was like a last-minute tournament cancellation. Apparently, Nintendo stepped in and canceled the tournament of a Super Smash Bros. Tournament that's going on. And I guess it's stirring up some drama going on in the community and stuff like that. But It
Oh,
seems
wow.
like, isn't this been Nintendo? It seems like they kind of hate Smash tournaments, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like the first time they've pulled like their tournament. Their game from like tournaments and stuff like. That's not like the first time they did this.
Nah, I've heard this
I don't.
before.
I feel like I heard this
I, wa-
before.
yeah, I wanted to say, is this an old story? Because I remember reading about them canceling like tournaments and shit like that. So I don't know, like what is it the community around the tournaments that they cancel it for, or is it just they don't want their game like I don't know.
I
Like
don't know.
I don't know. Like what is the bad thing about it? That's what I'm
But the
trying to
thing
figure
is,
out. Like, why they
I
canceling it?
I'm pretty sure they, at least when the game launches, I'm pretty sure they host their own kind of their own tournament at one point. I think when the game
Right.
launched, they did that themselves. So I don't know if that they want full creative control over these tournaments. That's why they cancel these big ones that are happening or stuff like that. Like, I'm not really super informed on the recent cancellation, but I did read just the typical headlines of it, and like you said, it seems like it's like the same thing over again. Like, yo, like this is not the first time I've heard Nintendo, step in and cancel a Smash tournament or pull the game from. I swear they pulled the game from Evo and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
right, in
Yep.
the
Yep,
last
they did.
couple of Evos. So, Rufflemut has another super chat donation. He says, "Y'all gonna hate me, but Bayonetta 3 combat over God of War 2018 and beyond. Bond is right. That camera is too damn close. Plus, the story dragged a lot. Hey, the camera problems will be fixed on the PC.
On
version.
PC, it definitely could have used the FOV slider, but
The PC version is gonna have you covered,
my,
bro.
my question for Bond: didn't he play 2018 on PS4? Like it's the same camera. I thought he did. So if he didn't, then I may be wrong on that. But it's the same damn camera that it was on the PS4 one. So if you had to get used to the what you call it, the incoming indicators for the enemies, shit.
You know what? I can't even speak on Bayonetta 3 because it's still in the box for me, bro. Like I said, after
Oh yeah, you
after
can't play that
experiencing
shit.
after experiencing that on the Switch on that frame rate, I'm like, nope, I'm not playing this, bro. I'm waiting for that Switch Pro. Hopefully, it has backwards compatibility that I could pop in my games and play the games way better because I can't do it, bro. I can't play it like that. But I did support the game. But yeah, as for the camera angle, yeah, the PC version of Ragnarok is gonna be stunning. I could promise you that, boys. Ultra wide support, and then it's definitely coming, J man. It's definitely.
Oh, of
coming.
course. Shit,
Definitely
that shit might be coming. What did Herman Hall say? A year?
Yeah. It
shit
might be
might
coming
be a
at the
year.
end of next year, bro. It might be on PC already by the end of next year.
Next year might be a big year. You're gonna get fucking Returnal,
God of War.
Horizon,
Ooh.
God of War. It's going down. It's gonna be a
no,
big
yeah,
year
the
for PC neds.
PC mans be eating, yo.
I mean,
All
actually
right.
expecting some PC announcements at the Game Awards too for PlayStation.
Oh, I totally forgot, bro. Did you hear the rumor? This could be totally fake, but honestly, if it's true, I'm going crazy during our thing. There's apparently a rumor that Sekiro 2 will be announced at the Game Awards,
Oh,
but
shit.
take it with a massive grain of salt, though, because apparently where it's coming from, the source is a little shaky. But if it's true, J man, you already know how much I love Sekiro, bro. And I
that'd be
think
fire.
that game could use a sequel. That shit would be heat.
I would be pissed if that should get a sequel before Bloodborne.
Nah, this is
I'ma
the
just
only
let you
game
know
that
that
I'll
right
allow
now.
it. Nah, that's the only thing I'll allow it. At that point, I'm happy,
Nah.
bro. What you talking about? I'm happy at that
We
point.
need a Bloodborne 2 before we get a Sekiro 2, dog. The fucking the disrespect that Bloodborne had. Like, can we at least get a Bloodborne fucking remaster? Like, we just want something to play that game at 60 FPS, dog. Like,
Honestly, I'll be
something.
happy. I wouldn't
Like,
be
damn.
disappointed at an announcement like that. If I heard that, bro, I wouldn't be disappointed. No way, bro. I'll be happy as shit. Yeah, we didn't get Bloodborne, but Sekiro 2, I'm on that, bro. Are you crazy? Played that shit 4 times already, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
damn, it's almost been 10 years since Bloodborne came out, too.
10
That's
years,
crazy.
what?
Next
I
year
saw-
is 8 years.
I still believe they have a plan for it. I'm still holding on that they have a plan for it, bro.
They have to. They have to.
They have a plan for it. I think they're just waiting to the right time to drop, They're treating it like SZA's album, you know what I mean? Just gotta drop it at the right time, bro. Gotta drop it at the right time.
It's coming.
Rufflemouth, another super chat donation. He says, same thing I tell RGT85 for any fan base. Stop giving fanboys attention. Fanboys hold no power. Why do you think I mock Blandrew and Baron a lot? Blandrew. Ruffle must say you on your ass. He has
Shots
another
fired.
super chat the donation. He says,
Yeah, we
P.S.
gotta check in on Blandrew, by the way. He was on the timeline saying Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was like his favorite game of all time and shit like that.
Bro, we ain't trying to hear
Yeah,
none of that, bro.
we gotta we gotta check in on my
we, we,
man's.
we ain't trying to hear none of that, bro.
Do a wellness check over there. Anybody, please.
Bayonetta 3 is working on Yuzu now, 60 frames per second and 4K. Music to my ears, bro. We on that, bro. We on that. Might be on that tonight, bro. Music to my ears, bro. I'm on that. J-Man, I want to talk about Callisto Protocol before we get out of here.
Yes, let me bring that up because I was actually speaking with developers about this. So
Ooh, break it down
yeah,
for
on
us.
Twitter. So yeah, so Callisto Protocol is actually going to have a season pass. Not something you typically see in a single player game, but it has been done before. So let's get that out the way. But the big, kerfuffle over the week was that the season pass is supposed to be including some new player death animations. And this, had some people on the timeline in a frenzy, including myself, because I felt that stuff like death animations should not be tied behind a paywall, especially for a single player game like this.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah, so I said my piece, but we did actually get a response from the developers themselves about this whole situation. And so what's his name? Glenn Schofield. He said that they're not holding anything back from the main game for the season pass. He says that they haven't even started work on this content yet. It's all new stuff that we'll be working on in the new year. Fans have asked for even more deaths, so we're making it a priority next year. So I guess that's supposed to, relax us, but no.
It just sounds the optics sound kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like animations now behind paywall. Like that's the only thing that sounds crazy. Like it would be different if saying, we're adding guns, and even then is but at least we're kind of more used to that. But animations is a little bit crazy.
So this is why
else too.
Yes, well, I'm
You'll get to that?
I think I'm gonna get into what you think about is something else. But so there's like, if you go on the Steam page, this is where it all started. They were breaking down the season pass and what's included, and they talked about like a skin collection, and then there's a thing called the Contagion bundle, which is a new survival horror mode that they're gonna have in the game with new reduced ammo, health drops, and customized difficulty and permadeath. There's no second chances to escape Black Iron Prison or the horrors lurking beneath the surface of Callisto. So this is the mode that's going to include the 13 new death. One of the modes that's going to include the 13 new death animations. This sounds like, to me, this is going to be like a difficulty setting that's higher than what they have available. This doesn't describe anything like new in terms of like it being a different type of style of gameplay. This is like a higher difficulty setting or a permadeath mode where if you die, you start all the way from the beginning. Why? This is the part of the thing that I have an issue with, because this is the same game that we're going to be playing when we buy it. So why are the new death animations only exclusive to the people that buy the season pass? Like that should be death animations that we all get, because that's the main game that's going to be seeing that. But then there's also another mode where there's like a wave-based combat, and like, so that's going to have new animations as well. I understand that having new animations because that's a whole brand new type of mode. That's a whole new, like, pretty much damn game mode versus the other one, which is more like a different difficulty setting. So, that's what I was having an issue with, and what they said to me didn't really clarify that. I spoke with the developer, and he pretty much said the same thing. Like, yeah, this is going to be an all new mode that has new death animations. But then I asked him about what about the difficulty setting that's behind the paywall, and also the death animations for the main story that's behind the paywall. He never responded. So
put some fire on their ass, yo. But Callisto Protocol drops tonight. It looks really good. Did you hear the report? Yeah, did you hear the report that apparently 150 Sony employees helped with the development of this game? And they gave them access to, I guess, their technology for like motion and body capture and stuff like that. Like they helped it. I think this is a PlayStation is trying to sneak in strategically.
Get cozy with them.
I think if this game is extremely well received or pretty decently well received, I could see PlayStation trying to scoop these guys up and it seems like they're making the Sony kind of template style kind of game. You know what I mean? A little bit. So I could see PlayStation picking this up. This could be a move to see, we work together good. You know what I mean? Because PlayStation likes to work with these independent developers, these new developers and stuff like that. Then when they show that they can, they show that they actually could create something dope, they kind of jump in and swoop in and try to bid them. So I could see it. I could see it happening. Striking distance.
This definitely seems like an unusual amount of support that PlayStation is giving. I know Glenn Schofield is like an industry vet, but 150 mans giving them the mocap studio and shit like that, like they is kind of like mooching in with them right now. And shit, you might be right.
I think if the game is well received, I think PlayStation could, try to swoop in and try to pick them up because
I'm actually really excited for the story of this game. They have these like audio adventure logs on their YouTube page, like building backstory for the Callisto protocol and shit like that.
You been listening?
I listened to, I think they dropped maybe 5 or 6 parts. I listened to 4 of them, and it's all audio, no visual at all. Like, dog, I want them to at least have some type of like either reference or a section in the game maybe that is about what they are talking about in this like audio log. That shit is fire. And it has like some like great ass voice acting, and the story behind it is amazing. So I'm like, they really got me intrigued about how deep and how well told this story could be, and like the voice acting and all that shit in this game. So I'm excited to play this game. I can't wait.
Can you preload it?
Yeah, preloading is live.
Shout out to the homie that gifted me the game. I really appreciate it. I might have to even make some content around it. Yeah. So a boy gifted one of the viewers gifted it to me after I think he seen my video, and he respected the hard work that I put into it, and he gave me something off my Steam list. So I appreciate that.
That's what's up, man. People recognizing real good content and paying people for that. That's what's up.
I appreciate that, bro. So I'm definitely gonna be playing this. I might actually drop a impressions video. Or maybe a full review after I'm done it, yo. Fuck it. I might just do a full review for it. But I'm definitely looking forward to this game. And if I'm up,
reviews drop tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Do you think that's a situation where
that's a red flag? That's a red flag, dog.
See, this is where I'm a damage control. Where I might sound like a hypocrite because of Gotham Knights. I might sound like a little bit hypocrite, and I'm acknowledging that. But where I'm gonna shoot this one a little bit more bail versus something like Gotham Knights doing that, because we seen footage of Gotham Knights prior, right? Hands-on footage, impressions footage, right? From the IGNs, the GameSpots, from the popular YouTubers. And it looked buns. It looked buns from then. Versus this game, it's never kind of really looked bad. Even the hands-on impressions were extremely positive, or it's pretty positive. You know what I mean? So I think this one might beat that, curse of, Metacritic score drop at the same day type of red flag situation. I think it might beat that, bro. You don't think so?
I hope so, because like I said, I love, horror games. From what I've seen so far, the gameplay looks pretty good. Some of the showings, my biggest beef with the game is that it's a PS4 game. I'm gonna just say it. It's a PS4 game through and through. You can see it, but it's the story, the characters and shit like that look intriguing. The world looks intriguing. I mean, if you love Dead Space, it's like that Dead Space clone. So, it doesn't seem like they can go wrong. Like if the review scores are bad, to me, it would probably mean either performance is fucked up or the story is complete ass. Like that's because the gameplay doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it looks serviceable. Like, and it actually has a lot more variation than Dead Space. So
yeah, because apparently there's a huge emphasis on melee combat in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge,
and he's dodging and shit like that. Got the weave mechanic up.
Yeah, I think the gameplay is gonna be fun.
That's fire.
Performance, I could see you saying that being a thing on consoles. Obviously, on PC, it's probably not going to be so much of an issue. But I could see it being a little bit of a thing on consoles. But if you were to give this, we're trying to predict the Metacritic score of Callisto Protocol, and people in the chat too, and y'all to get involved as well. What do you think this game is going to score? I don't think this game is like no 90 Metacritic game. From what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing anything that's screaming 90. And very well could be if it deserves it, but I'm seeing like 86
Yeah.
level type of
I was
game,
like 87,
like
86.
86. That's what I'm seeing from all the footage I've seen so far.
If like the blood and gore is as being advertised, then I think that shit. I mean, for me, that's gonna win a lot of points because I love shit like that. Like, and they telling this game got banned in like China and shit like that because of that reason. And watching
Yeah,
all
it's bad.
the interviews, they like, yeah, we wanted to turn it up a notch with the blood and gore. Like, we wanted to make it so like you're actually like wheezy and queasing at certain sections and shit
You're
like that. I'm
grossed
like,
out. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, you speaking my language. So,
Did you hear that this was supposed to be the original story of Dead Space or something like that? Like the
oh, is
early
that what they
drafts?
said?
Apparently. Someone in the
Oh,
chat correct
wow.
me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be like the early drafts of Dead Space. Or something like that.
Oh, somebody in the chat did say Callisto Protocol is what Dead Space was supposed to be. So technically, Dead Space,
Yeah,
not the original.
talk to these guys real quick. I have to take his phone call.
Yeah,
Talk to these guys. Hold on.
definitely.
Hello? That's good. You made it to the house? You made it there? You made it to the house?
Yeah. If let me know if y'all can hear me now. If not, you gotta wait for Kofi to get back. He muted me. Let me see if I can type him. Uh, and we're getting much higher. Oh, y'all can hear me now? Oh, okay, okay. I can hear me now. My fault. I think he muted the whole chat when he went muted. So I'm back now. So yeah, what I was saying is I didn't know that Dead Space was supposed to, I mean Callisto Protocol was originally what Dead Space was supposed to be. So and I said it makes sense though because um Glenn
My bad,
Schofield
my
is
bad,
is
my
working
bad,
on it.
bro. My
Now you
bad.
good. I didn't know when you muted it, it muted
Oh yeah,
the
I
whole
think I might
channel.
have, I think I muted everyone by accident, bro. But yeah, man. I'm looking forward to playing it. You'll definitely hear our thoughts on it next week when we actually finally get some hands-on footage of the game.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna
I'm
be
probably
good.
gonna live stream that shit tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Are you going
I'm
for
hearing
the
it's only like 12 to 14 hours, so it's not that long of a game.
you going for the hardest difficulty?
Oh, probably not.
Your first playthrough?
Probably not.
You know these type of games
Not
be
if it's
hard
that.
as shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Be
Not if it's
stupid
that
hard.
like. Not if it's that like die in one. No, that's not behind the paywall. So maybe I'll go for the hardest difficulty. I might. I might do it. I might
Yeah.
do it. I
Yeah.
did it for Dead Space too, so fuck it. I'll do it for this.
Yeah. All
That
right,
shit.
so before we get out of here, the Mario movie. You seen the second trailer?
I did. I did. I was watching that yesterday.
What do you think?
Introduced some new stuff. Yo, this shit looking fire.
The
Um,
animation is incredible.
Yeah,
The
like you see all the
animation is
references
incredible.
and shit too, like
Yeah,
Smash Brothers.
it's Mario
When you see
Kart,
Donkey
yeah.
Kong, Mario
Yeah.
Kart, like yo, that shit is
Yeah. I
hard.
like that. I
I'm
like
loving
that.
everything about this movie except motherfucking Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
I
he just
cannot get over his voice as Mario.
I just want like him to sound Italian, bro. What I thought like I want him and Luigi to sound Italian, yo. That's the only thing that's bothering me, yo. Why don't they
I
just
feel like
sound Italian,
Luigi
bro?
is a little bit better than the Mario voice acting, but Mario, nah, that shit is like it's like Chris Pratt rolled out of bed and was like, "Yo, I'm here to
I'm
voice
Chris
act
Pratt.
Mario." Yeah, like everybody's getting into character. For Peach and Donkey Kong and Bowser, like everybody's getting into character except Mario.
Yeah, which is
Like I don't
nuts,
know.
yo. I don't know.
Movie
It look
look
good though.
good
I
though.
want to watch it. I want to watch it.
I'm gonna go see that shit.
All right, yo. That's pretty much it for today, guys. You guys already know how we do for good gaming. This is your nice and short and sweet podcast with great conversations. I appreciate everybody who came through to the pod tonight. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you guys subscribe to J Main's channel if you're not already. It's in the
Yeah.
description below. You know, I know
Should be live streaming tomorrow. I got to put up some more content. I was sick, and then the holiday and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I should be back this weekend.
Yeah, I took a little break after my God of War review as well. Those reviews take a lot of time to make, just to shoot in the the B-roll footage, editing. It takes a long time.
Y'all go watch that shit, man.
Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. I think it's a really good review. You know what I mean? I think it is. So go check it out. As well as I got one more video dropping. I'm aiming for Sunday. If it's late, if it's taking too long, maybe Monday the latest. But I'm aiming for Sunday, where we're doing the top 5. We're talking about the top 5 disappointing / gaming fails of 2022.
Oh,
I think that's going to be an interesting topic. I think if I was gonna do my top 5 must plays, but I think it's kind of obvious. 2 of the games are really obvious. 3 of the games for me is really obvious.
Yeah.
Sifu, Elden Ring, God of War. So
Sifu, Elden Ring, God of War.
so
Definitely could guess that.
so I know it's not really gonna throw anyone for a loop. But this one I think might have y'all hot and bothered a little bit. You know what I mean? I might have Horizon on the list or something.
Horizon. Oh, brother. The Horizon hate train continues.
Oh, man. I'm just fucking around.
All I know is we got at least one award. Oh, wait. Game Awards next week. Oh,
swear.
Yeah, it's on the 8th. Next Thursday.
Is that the you see how God work, bro? Right on good gaming.
Thursday the best day.
You see how
Thursday's the best day.
It's been the best day. All right, so next week, I guess we're doing a live reaction of the Game Awards, but we're gonna be doing that on J Main's channel. So make sure y'all subscribe to J Main.
Yep.
I'm gonna pop up over there, and we're gonna watch it together. So make sure y'all tune in with the both of us. We're gonna get the cam set up and all of that fly shit. And I'll probably just post like reaction clips on my channel later or something like that. I might just do that. But we're gonna live stream the entire event on J Main's channel. It's gonna be a good time. So make sure y'all pop in for that. That's perfect.
Love it. Hopefully some good reveals, man. I love the reveals.
I do have a super chat that I missed. My bad. This one's from Taz. He says, Breath of the Wild and The Last of Us both did hard mode behind a paywall. That's a fact.
Yes.
I remember The Last of Us on the PS3 specifically did that.
Yep.
And Breath of the Wild did that on the master mode with the expansion packs. I do remember that.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they did.
I never even bought no DLC for Breath of the Wild, so I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Also, they hired Sony's visual arts group and Malaysia teams to help. I don't think it's a big deal.
Oh, he's not reading into it.
He's not reading into it. You're not
He's not reading into it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think PlayStation
these
trying to get cozy.
You can never be too sure, man. The way PlayStation moving, they trying to get some more studios too. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I think I got everybody super chat. Okay. Oh no, I missed Captain Sidekick as well. I apologize. Said Nintendo hates their fans. Facts. low key, bro. They don't be listening, bro. They don't be listening at all. But yo, we're gonna be getting out of here. Once again, Good Gaming is on Spotify. Share it to your friends, family, whoever who loves games. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the show. We out of here. Peace.
Peace out.